It's been a month, exactly 1 month today since I've been here, but I'm back. There has been so much that has happened, and let's just get into the video so that you guys can know what's going on. So the first thing is the book got delayed, which is okay. The book got delayed, and due to that delay, I'm going to push it back. The release date will be for September the 4th, which is my birthday. I'll be 28. I do have I wouldn't say fashion line. I'll say like a purse line. We'll start with that because I want to build up. But purses, it's called Favorable 26, and I had this vision. I had this dream since I was 26, but I had that fear hindering me from getting it out there. So now I am actually confident. Thanks to my husband for helping me. I cannot say husband. Thanks to my husband for helping me realize that I don't have to be fearful, that I have stuff in me that I have to get out, and I cannot be fearful because we don't know how this is gonna go. I have a good feeling about it, but we don't know how it's gonna go. So why not operate in faith and step out and do what you gotta do? So the human sunshine emoji coming September 4th, and the Favorable 26 will be coming. I'll let you know when, because I'm getting all that stuff together this week, but I'll let you know when. So if you saw the topic, you know that we're talking about being humble. And I know we're all in situations right now, and we just need to remain humble. And the fact that if you become prideful, or if you become arrogant, or if you become haughty, which is kind of the same thing, haughty and arrogant, that's what haughty means. If you become of that, God will knock you down, and make sure that you are humble before you go to that next level, or before you get that next thing, or before you get to wherever you need to be. He will make sure that you are humble before you get to that next level. I always put the scripture on the screen, but for today, we're all going to be reading together. I'll put the scripture up there still, but I want you to pull it up. So the first scripture is coming from 1 Peter 5, and it'll be verse 6 and verse 7. So I'll give you a little minute to find that. But this scripture, to me, seems like the most, what would you say, fitting for this video. The scripture would be the most fitting to me for this video for today. So it's 1 Peter 5, 6, and 7, and they say, this is the New Living Translation, so just so you know. So humble yourselves under the mighty power of God, and at the right time he will lift you up in honor. Give all your worries and all your cares to God, for he cares for you. So in order to humble yourselves under the mighty power of God, that's where you have to be. You have to honor him, and then he will lift you up in honor, because you are honoring him. So if you humble yourself and you stay in that place, in that spirit, in that realm, stay in that humble part of yourself, and don't become arrogant to think that you do it yourself, or God's not helping you, he's taking too long, so I got to do this myself. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to remain humble, and you have to stay humble so that he can lift you up. And in the right time, that's when it'll happen. In the right time. That's what we have to understand. It will happen in the right time. But if it's not the time, then it's not going to happen. But you have to have patience and be humble in the whole process. And he cares. He does care. He sees what we're going through, and he does care. So don't think that God doesn't care and he's not hearing you, because if you listen, God is always speaking, as my husband would say. If you listen, he's always speaking, and all you have to do is listen to his voice. This next scripture is correlating with being humble, because you do not want this to happen. So we're going to go to Proverbs 16, and again, this is the New Living Translation, because I feel like this scripture, or this passage of scripture, the New Living Translation, is more of our terminology. I can't with the thee, thus, and thou, and all that stuff. So Proverbs 16 and 18 is just simple. Pride goes before destruction, and haughtiness before a fall. So I just said haughty means arrogant. You don't want to be prideful, because if you become prideful and think that you can do it by yourself, you will fall. Because we're all going through something, and we feel like that we have to do it ourselves, and we cannot do this by ourselves. God is God for a reason. We are not God for a reason. We're little gods, but we're not him. So we cannot do anything without his permission, without his consent. You have to know that you have to stay humble, and you have to be, you can't be arrogant. You just can't be arrogant. Can't be arrogant, can't be prideful to think that you have it going on and you can do what you need to do. It doesn't work like that. We might be there right now. You might be there right now, but later on down the road, you will literally look back at this and be like, oh, okay. So God is just building my faith and building my endurance of my faith so that I can learn to trust him more, and that I can remain humble in the situations and in the seasons that God has me to be humble and for me to be patient and wait. And I literally pray, because I did pray before I came on to this video, but I pray that you have a humble spirit throughout the rest of this week, just throughout the rest of your life. It might be hard, but you can get through it. You can remain humble, you can learn to have patience. You can learn to be humble, and you can learn to have patience. So in that process, know that you have to stay humble, be patient, and wait on God, because in due time, he will lift you up. And that's all I have to say for today, but that's your motivation for this Monday. If I have anything else that I have to say, I'll be back. But I just wanted to get that in your spirit. God has everything good for you. He has everything planned out for you. And even though you can't see it with your natural eye, you have to look at it in the spirit. You have to understand that in the spirit realm, God is working it out. You might not be able to see what he's actually doing, but he's doing it. And I know that sounds cliche and it sounds like we say it all the time, but he is doing it. He is working it out. You just have to trust and believe that he's doing it. I'm not going to prolong this video any longer. If you'd like, you can follow me on Instagram. It is Vanessa Colvin now. And if you would like to follow my Facebook, it is Motivation by V. And that is all I have to say for today. I had to take a break, but I'm back, and we're going to keep this ball rolling, and we're going to keep this going. Also, thank you to all of my subscribers, comments, all of that. I just appreciate the positivity throughout all this negative stuff that's going on in the world. So thank you for the positivity, for the encouragement, for the subscribers. Just thank you. I appreciate it. So I'll see you in the next video.